Buongiorno, ciao a tutti. Io sono oggi da ospite da casa di Kerwin e Kerwin sarà un nostro relatore, formatore e ospite durante il primo corso Papà e figli a Modena che si terrà il 21 e 22 ottobre. Sono molto felice perché è da anni che lui fa questo lavoro con papà, lavora con i figli e soprattutto con gli uomini. Fa un lavoro intenso, c'è tanto da fare e tanto richiesto su questa cosa qua, quindi chiediamo un po' di più per far capire anche a voi chi è. Hi Karen, good morning.
Hello.
Thank you to be here. Um, Explain me something about what is your work today, what do you do, and what is for you the most important thing working with men?
So the interest why I started that is that I saw that here in the culture in Holland, there is one. I might say it's a failure. It's a loss, which is the touching. It's the real connection between people. So the work that I do, I start in the beginning and keep it short. I'm very inspired from the beginning about looking how men are being initiated, how they are being treated within the culture, in the Western culture, by their fathers, and this is mainly because I come from a culture which is Hawaii, where the initiation between boyshood to manhood is a very important part. Mm-hmm. So I saw that that really doesn't happen here in the West. I studied Eastern medicine. As a shiatsu therapist, I treated many people just to find out also what it means when people are not really relating to each other, not with their body and neither with their souls. And when I became wiser myself, so to say, I just decided to concentrate completely upon the young men and the older fathers, and especially the fathers, because what happens in fatherhood is that you make a jump from man to a father to let's say a 2.0 man. Mm-hmm. What happens there, and what I saw is that what you take as a man from your father, from your line. In the past, obviously, you take it in your treatment with your kid,
In your education.
in your education. What is needed also there is something I saw is that there's really this how do you say that, this willingness to be touched and to really feel this by your kid. Mm-hmm. And being touched in a positive, senseful way really makes a man grow. Mm-hmm. This doesn't mean that the man needs to get into his feminine all the time. We do have a wild man within us. We do have this really wild power, which is not the same as the power that we use now to start the wars and to suppress women. But it's a very original, instinctive power. Mm-hmm. Which obviously, when your kid is being born, this instinctive power is being challenged, it's being asked to come forth.
Okay, if you talk about when your child was born, what did change for you when you became a father? You have a beautiful daughter of 23, right?
24?
24.
Yes, well, a lot changed. Actually, my life changed. And I remember telling my woman at that time, the mother of my child, that just a week before Adway was born, I really felt that the life that I had, I needed to let go completely. Mm. That everything that I had in my mind still that I wanted to do, so my own agenda, so to say, I needed to let it go in order to be ready to being influenced by the new energy. And this, I think, for me was a very courageous thing. Because I had many agendas, I had many ambitions. Mm-hmm. I can say now that my life changed for the 24 years in a very honest way, in a very, I can say it this way, I've become more loyal to myself by accepting the loyalty of my daughter that she has in 24 years to me.
Okay, what was the most difficult part, especially when she was a teenager? Did you have was it difficult for you to talk with her or to be the father, or what was, your feeling of being a father in that time? Was it authority, or was it like you have to listen to me, or how do you handle that?
Well, obviously, I've been influenced by my upbringing, and my upbringing has been very strict. I come from a family which is dysfunctional. So I had these ideas of what a father should be, but I never had a mentor telling me how it should be, only the examples. So obviously I was being confronted with this, now I have to be a father. But every time I thought that to myself and I tried to act to that, something went wrong. The distance between my daughter and me, even when she was very young, became incredible fast and far away. So I've decided that everything that I want to be and I think I have to let go. In fact, I believe that a man finds out himself when he lets go of his predefined images which you've been brought up with. So coming back to your question, what was the most difficult is that really I had to accept that she makes her own decisions, that I will not act in a way that is not loyal, not congruent with myself. And I had to be there when something would happen. You know, not every time, but I had always to be there, show her that I'm there. Something happens within her decisions. And then, you know, the second question you might ask is, so what is wisdom? And I think because as a father, you want to, you know, give the right choices, you want to give the solutions, which is really a man thing to do. But I believe what I've learned is that wisdom has more to do with the honesty of not knowing, but finding out together. But staying there in your energy and saying, you know, I'm here, I'm going to take it, and coming back to the wild man, don't you worry about the thing, we're going to fix this, but we're going to do it together. So we're going to find out together. And this is a very nice bonding situation.
But it's not easy.
You know, I always said, having a child is love and hate. It's the both energies, and obviously it's, you know, we humans, we make a distinction between love and hate, which is not there. It's incredible difficult, because if you're willing to look at yourself and to be humble, then, you know, this can be very shameful thing also, by letting go.
So you were together at that time. Was it difficult to organize the life of Aloe in that moment, like with the man figure and the woman figure? How did it go? Because we see it especially with Italian mothers and fathers, and especially also Dutch, of course. It's not also always easy, no? Was there one figure with both of you that was stronger or not, or how did that go?
Well, that's a good question, actually, because I was 23 when I heard that we were pregnant, and we weren't together for a long time. So you might say that's you know, it's not planned or anything, but it's planned. You know, in a bigger thing, it's planned. You know, that's the way it is. But I was very young, and I didn't know about man, woman. I was finding out. I was just, you know, trying to find out who I was. And I realized also that my woman at the time, although she was 6 years old, so she had the same problems. You know, this is exactly what happens. We are not being brought up with a harmonious way of being a man or a woman. So we were finding that out. So the difficulty about this is when a kid comes, then finding out yourself might go over your kid. So it might go, how do you say that in English? You might say, it's costing harmony for the kid.
Because you're still searching for yourself, so it's also more difficult to give structure to your child or something?
Yeah. Structure in a way, and this is very unconscious. You're trying to find yourself through the kid, but not in a wise way, not in a conscious way. And this might really get into, you know, very difficult situation, because obviously the kid is a rebel by nature.
Yeah.
But your question was, what did I do? So I realized that I'm a man, and I realized that the most important thing for me as being a man meant structure. meant that, you know, you have the saying freedom is able when the structure in, within the freedom might be felt is strong.
Okay.
And this is what I did with my kid. That structure, that was there from the beginning.
Okay. Let's talk about what we're going to do during the weekend.
Right.
So we're going to do some practical things. We go to the circuit. It's going to be fun with the cars and stuff. And I think we're going to have a very nice weekend. But tell something more about some practical things we're going to do with the fathers.
Well, with the father first, I want to take the father as a man. That's the first step.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are the kids, but they do something else. I really want to talk about what is it that you think that you are as a man. Mm-hmm. And there's a structure in this, and this structure I would really like to let the audience experience themselves, which means that there's an older, a mentor, and there's a younger. Mm-hmm. I would like, for example, to, you know, couple them and to start talking about what it is that you took from your past, what it is that made you the man that you are. And I want to help people to start to really listen to each other, because this is the first thing that we miss. Mm-hmm. So obviously this is an experience part. I really like energy movement, because we can sit in the mind, but it's really for men, it's really within their power. And I would like let's say it in this way, I would like the men to go away after this weekend feeling empowered by their own energy. Mm-hmm. So not being afraid anymore of their energy, not being afraid anymore of their, you know, I might get angry, so I hold back. Or I want them to really be conscious and free feeling what they do. This is important because kids know when the father plays a role. But and this is something they don't accept. Actually, they take this over, and it makes them really feel uncomfortable and in their lives making decisions. But the funny thing is, kids really dig their fathers when, even though they might be angry, it's honest angry. It's energy angry, and they can talk about this. So we're going to do two things. We're going to really get back to your own inner powerful man. And we're gonna learn to talk about this, to express this. Then secondly, what we're gonna do is we take the kids back, and obviously the kids are not fathers and mothers yet. So we're gonna, as men, take what we have learned and talk to the kids. And the kids are going to listen, and they're going to get the feedback to the fathers, if it's real, if they really feel the father or not. So this is a very confronting way of teaching, but I assure you it's going to open up a lot of doors which are usable.
Thank you, Gert. Come vedete sarà una bellissima esperienza. Io sono molto molto felice che lui sarà presente, perché so che è veramente bravo in quello che fa, ma soprattutto i risultati che portiamo, che oggi io credo, con il lavoro che faccio da anni, chiaramente seguendo come family coach gli adolescenti e le loro famiglie, che veramente è ora che anche i papà si mettano in moto, insomma. Quindi io vi invito, io spero di vedervi, soprattutto quelli che conoscono già, che ho già parlato. Sarà un bellissimo weekend, a parte che ci divertiamo, a parte che c'è tanta motivazione, tanta energia e tutto ciò. Credo che veramente è un'opportunità dove la relazione che hai con tua figlia o con tuo figlio che può avere un passettino in più nella tua vita. Quindi vi aspettiamo il 21 e 22 ottobre a Modena, e ci saremo tutti, anche noi con Unite, per i ragazzi tra 12 e 18 anni. A presto, ciao ciao!